Hey guys, Master Chappie back for part 3 in our Sim series. We'll be featuring the Buffalo Bills today and be playing against the Minnesota Vikings. The Buffalo Bills are a real solid team, guys. They're in a tough division, so they never get to stand out in real life. But they got Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's a real solid quarterback. He led them to a few like 30 and 40-point games last season. Steve Johnson, if you play fantasy football, you know all about this guy. He's probably a mid-season pickup that made a huge difference. They got a young running back in C.J. Spiller and Fred Jackson. Fred Jackson's more of the solid running back, and C.J. Spiller comes in as the spellback as a speedster. And then on defense, they got Sean Merriman. Everybody remembers him from San Diego. Hasn't been the same since, but he's still a solid linebacker. And one of my personal favorites is Arthur Moats. I had him in an online franchise last year, and the dude is just, his ratings aren't the best, but he plays exceptional. And you'll see that I'm going to sub him in at outside linebacker because these guys do have a few slow guys on that defense that I just couldn't play with them, like a 69 speed linebacker, and that's just a little too slow. For that first drive, you seen AP got loose the first couple plays, and then we decided that we wanted to play some defense. Minnesota, we're just not going to let AP and Harvin beat us, so we took AP away, and we'll see how he does in the passing game. Right there, we got a good stop, so we're feeling pretty good. And so we're just about to get the ball, hopefully get to, good, decent field position. And wouldn't you know it, these guys are blocking like freaking monsters out there. I don't know when we put all our offensive linemen on that left side, but those guys held blocks like I've never seen before. And here, we just subbed in Arthur Moats, and what do you know? He's the first guy to stop AP. I'm serious, guys. I don't know these people that I'm playing. I'm just picking ranked game. I sub a guy in every video, and that guy just seems to make plays after I sub him in. I don't know what's going on with that. Hopefully that continues because that's a good thing for me. But as you can see here, we stopped the run. And what I want to say, guys, is what notice about this opponent is he runs a lot of screens, which is decent, but the ends play the screens relatively well this year. So if they see it, they're going to run over there and pretty much stop it on their own. Like last year, you had to manually go and try to stop it on your own, which was tough sometimes. But this year, those defensive ends are real smart, so be careful with your screen plays. Don't overuse them. And I tried this play out just because it was a new formation. I think that's exclusive to the Bills. It's the pistol strong slot. I didn't run it again in the game because it wasn't successful for me, as you've seen there. Minnesota Vikings have a really good run defense just naturally, so I mean, if you're going to play them, you're not going to try to run every down, but I just couldn't keep myself from running with C.J. Spiller and Jackson a few times. I mean, you can't just abandon the run no matter who you're playing. But it's kind of like playing against the Eagles. You're not going to want to pass every down when their weakness is against the run, so you really just want to play the realistic strengths and weaknesses of these teams in real life, and the Vikings have had like a really solid run defense for quite a few years now. Here I could have possibly hit that slant out, but I didn't want to risk Fitzpatrick throwing a bad pass. We're moving the ball decently, so we just want to take some positive yards on that play. We got 7. I'll take that any down. Here Fitzpatrick led him a little bit too much. Maybe I tried to squeeze it in the tight window, but if you've noticed, this guy plays like, it seems nothing but zone. Like, this is, I think, the one time he plays man, but from what I've seen, he's played zone virtually every down. Against zone guys, you're going to want to just, you're going to be able to tell what kind of zone they're in by watching the safeties. And if they're in a cover 3, that weakness is going to be get rid of the corner and the safety in the middle and then hit them with a deep out or something towards that 10-yard line to the outside where a purple zone would be in that area. And then cover 2 is going to have that same weakness, but it's also going to have the weakness right up the seam in the middle between the safeties. So Zones can be very effective when used properly, but if you're just going to run a zone every time, you're really going to realize that if you come across an opponent who has decent football knowledge, that it's going to become a problem for you. And this guy hit me with that play earlier. That's a Madden 11 favorite right there, that tight end across the middle on that deep sort of streak slash end, and he just gets open. Well, he got open last year almost every time, but they played pretty decently this year. But I just brought some extra coverage over there because I wasn't going to let him beat me with that route. His passing game hasn't done too much, so we're feeling pretty confident right now in both our offense and defense. I mean, we lost the ball on a fumble. Hopefully we won't get another one of those, and we'll continue to move the ball and try to get in the end zone. As you can see here, looks like he's in the zone again, and yep, he is. I should have probably hit the out route there, but, you know, I'll take 3 right here, so I'm not tripping. You'll notice I came out in the shotgun play. I had no intention of running the play, but I was just going to try to draw him off sides to pick up the first down. But he ends up calling the timeout and stopping the clock, so I just come out and kick it. And again, the Vikings, like I said, Harvin is a good speedster and Berrien's a good speedster, but they don't really have a route runner. Since they lost Sidney Rice, they don't have a possession guy. So really, if they can't beat you deep, they're going to be in trouble. Like, as long as you can keep Percy out of the open field, you're going to be just fine against them. Stop AP, keep Percy Harvin out of the open field, and you'll be good to go stopping them. Now here, when I'm playing a guy who really only does one thing, once in a while I'll try to do that thing against them. So we see Jones on that route, but he just leaves the tight end unguarded. And Nelson's solid, decent speed, he's a solid tight end. And you really just can't leave anybody wide open like that. I'm not sure if there was a mistake in the coverage or if he used the guy who was supposed to be guarding him, but got to be careful when you're blitzing and know who's supposed to be covering who, because you can have a misread like that and leads to easy points. Another thing I want to note, guys, is that he doesn't disguise his offense at all. If he looks like he's passing, he's passing. If he looks like he's running, he's running. You know, he's really predictable. Like, not necessarily the plays he's running, but I know pass or run every time because he doesn't disguise it at all. Make sure you're disguising what you do, both on offense and defense, because that'll frustrate your opponent and mix things up. And if we get a stop here and get another score before half, this game will be heading to the ugly. And we're fortunate enough to get the stop. We get a rage quit. Big J 2394, first rage quit of the series. Hopefully we don't get any more of those, and hopefully we get some good games. But I hope you guys enjoyed and got some tips. Be sure to comment. Later.